day long. We're going to have races, some exciting action. But for this one right here, we got the girls 5K. Raylan Otzel is going to be running with number 1, Morgan Delaney. Number 2, Bella Adazowinski in lane 3. And Taylor Weshire wearing number 4.
On your mark.
So a small field, just 4 athletes in this race. And definitely a different tone than what we saw in the 400s. What's beautiful about this venue is this 200-meter track because it's kind of suitable for everything. You got definitely suitable with that bank track for your sprints and your fast relays, but just the magnitude of this venue makes it a great spot to really watch any sort of race. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we've had some unbelievable athletes come to this venue. Ellie St. Pierre, one of the best distance runners ever, competed here in the 3,000 distance at the USATF Indoor National Championships. So, definitely an honor for all these athletes to compete at this venue. It's Morgan Delaney out front in the light blue singlet for Mission Mountain Mercury. 42.75 through her first lap. That's 200 meters. He's just a sophomore and has a PR of 18:43. Running in second is Raylan Oetzel in the pink singlet. Mission Mountain Mercury is from Polson, Montana. So a nice drive out here to Spokane. Lots of athletes from really all around the West Coast, and some athletes traveling far and wide to get to this venue, to get to this race. Like I said, very competitive all weekend long. We're going to see some top times from the 100 all the way to our top distance races. That 3K set later this weekend is very highly contested. Also being an indoor event, we've got the 60-meter race, something exclusive to the indoor setting. Got Keelan Wright from Chaparral, California. She's set to defend her title. And over on this 5K, it's 2-woman battle between Otzel and Delaney at the moment. Those are our first and second seeded athletes in this one. At the moment, it's still Delaney holding a nice lead. Etzel with a nice strategy, just right off the shoulder of Delaney. And we see that a lot in cross country or these super long races. In the beginning stages with lots of laps to go, just right off that shoulder. And it could be kind of a mental battle just as much as a physical one, as it forces Delaney to set the pace and possibly get in her own head a little bit on what she should set the speed at. So already through 1,200 meters. That last lap, 44.91 at 200 meters, obviously, each lap. So the pace pretty smooth here was for Morgan Delaney was 47, 44, 42, 43, and 44. So right at that even pace for Delaney and Oetzel. And again, 44 seconds through 1,400 meters, and a nice pace set here from the sophomore. As for Taylor Wishar and Bella Adazewski, they're running about 47 seconds a lap. Them also running together in third and fourth. So 17 laps to go. These two remaining side by side. We've seen some good times here today, and it's impressive. It's still the early part of this indoor season, so some good times in January. That means you're going to see some really good times in April, May, June, when competition starts to get a bit fiercer. Oetzel's from Arlington, Washington. She's got a PR in the 1600 at 5:27. And a PR in the 2 mile or 3,200 meters at 11:44. So pretty similar to the PR of Morgan Delaney. So, and it shows here both of these athletes competing side by side. You see Delaney now stretching the lead a bit out here, and this is an important moment for Oetzel. Got to close that gap. Not often do you see that gap open up and then close later in the race. Possibly an opportunity here for Delaney to really put the foot on the gas and put Oetzel away. I said, Mission Mountain Mercury, a Montana running club. And has competed very well in recent years. As age groups from down to 9 years old up to high school. So just a great community organization, and something that has been really good for the track and field community are these running clubs and running groups. Allowed kids from all over to compete against athletes from all around the country or from all around their coast. We see it here in spectacular fashion at the Spokane High School Invitational. Athletes from states all over the West. Morgan Delaney, 46.16 on that last lap, so she's running just about a second faster than Raylan on each lap. You can see that gap forming. It's just slowly forming ever so slightly each lap as Delaney's holding a nice pace at around 46 seconds a lap. And Delaney looking at the board, looking comfortable as her strides stay even. 46 seconds, 88 on that last lap. So she's remaining smooth, and at this point she's running this race all by herself. So it's going to take some incredible motivation and discipline. 200-meter track 5K is not for the weak. This is a really difficult race, especially to run alone, which tends to happen in this sort of setting with a 200-meter track and this long-styled race. There's a look at Raylan Oetzel, the junior. 9 laps to go for her. So 8 laps to go, and Delaney is speeding up a bit. 45 seconds on her last lap through 3,400. The sophomore showing some real discipline in this one. Some beautiful pacing. She's done it nearly all by herself. She got the lead right away and has not looked back. 49 seconds from Raylan. She's got 7 laps to go as well. So 6 laps to go for Delaney. Staying around that 2-second margin, 47.45 her last lap. 51 seconds, the last lap for Roetzel. It's going to be the final girls' race of the day. We're going to jump into some more action tomorrow at the girls' 800 meters. Final boys' race of the day is going to be right after this. It's going to be the boys' 5K. That's going to be a really big heat. 16 athletes in that one. You're a distance fan, you're looking for some more action this weekend, keep an eye out for that girls 3000. We got Ann-Elise Packard matching off against Chloe Hewler. That matchup's going to be a close one for that 3K. That girls 3000 set to begin at 4:55 p.m. tomorrow. So Saturday is our big individual day. We're looking for kind of a breakdown of our events. Today is just the start this Friday evening. Saturday is where we're going to see all our sprint finals, some of the beginnings of our sprint relays, and we're going to see some distance action in the form of the 3000 and mid-distance in the form of the 800. And that final day, that Sunday, it's going to start at 9 a.m. and really get into mostly sprints. We're going to have some girls and boys 200s. We're going to have some 4x8s. And I guess we have some miles in there as well. So all sorts of stuff on Sunday. And now 2 laps to go for Morgan Delaney. 47.53 on that last lap. And she is just chugging along. Every lap for the last 6 laps have been within 47 seconds. That's unbelievable pacing. She's doing this alone on a 200-meter track. If you've never ran a 5K on a 200-meter track, let me say that is so difficult to do. Just a sophomore from Mission Mountain Mercury. What a phenomenal job pacing herself on this one. Into the bell lap. Morgan Delaney, again, if you not a distance fan, trying to break this down for some appreciation on how difficult this is. Morgan Delaney now speeding up, 45 seconds on that last lap. And she has just locked into place on her pace and increased her lead throughout this race. Final lap to go, and the sophomore is looking to take a win here at the podium. Raylan Oetzel into her final lap. But here is Morgan Delaney taking the win. 19:06, the official time, and the sophomore is going to take a win here in the girls 5,000. And here's Raylan coming across the finish line. Excuse me, it's not Raylan Oetzel. And here comes Raylan in the all pink over black. And a nice finish from her. That was Taylor Wieshire on the inside of your screen there for Eastern Oregon Track Club. 1 to go for her. Official time 19:46 for Raylan. Nice final lap, 45 seconds. Really nice lap for her. I believe the second fastest lap of the day for her. And it was her final one. So a nice finish from her. This is Taylor Wieshire for Eastern Oregon Track Club coming across the finish. The junior finishes the 5K. 20:35, the official time for Wieshire. .47:05, the last lap for her. And here is Bella Adazewski. Adazewski, just a sophomore. And a nice finish here. 21:10, the official time for Adazewski. And that's going to do it for our girls 5K. One more race set to begin here at